How's it going, guys? We're gonna go ahead and get going. The game up here. Bear with me. I did have major computer failure. My hard drive fucking died. I had to set everything back up, including like all my streaming stuff, all my settings. Some stuff may be weird, so if you see any weird video or audio stuff, please let me know so I can deal with that. Hope everyone is doing well. But yeah, it may take some getting used to. I may have some issues. Just be warned. Rather unfortunate. I was very worried. I lost the Grand Campaign save, but I did get it working, so that was wonderful. I did lose a bunch of other stuff, including some other saves. None of, I believe, the campaigns, but yeah, that was not fun to deal with. But I do have an SSD now, which does run way quicker. So hope everyone is having a very good weekend. We are going to be continuing the Grand Campaign where we left off at a very wild place, if y'all remember. We finished what was, I think, around 3 weeks ago. It's been a while. I was on vacation and I was dealing with the hardware issues. With that war with the Aztecs in the Caribbean, when after seeing the expansion of Spain and their allies in the Caribbean, as well as the Papal colonies, the Swedish colonies, the British colonies, everyone in Europe is essentially colonizing right now. We ended up doing our own and taking a big chunk of land. The main problem being, we have been warned by Spain, so we cannot continue to expand really at all, unfortunately, which really sucks. But at least we secured the better part of Cuba. So generally speaking, we also completely shifted our alliances and who we were working with. Previously, we had obviously had that strong, I'd say a good 100-year alliance with the Pope Lombardy in France, all of which either betrayed us or stopped working with us. And after the rise of the state and the status, in conjunction with the monarchy, we have completely shifted our foreign policy, and we are now allied with the Byzantines, Lotharingia up in the north, as well as Vladimir, which is basically this game's Muscovy if they were Tengri after the Mongols had successfully conquered them. So that's more or less the current state of things. All of our allies are very strong, with perhaps the exception of Lotharingia. I apologize. So we are in a good position. That being said, we have lost repeatedly to Castalla, who originally, they still are of a similar dynasty to us. So we are distant cousins. They have fought multiple wars with us. We've only won one. That was after we came in on the side of France, really in the middle of the war, and took them by surprise. Since then, we've had no success against them at all. It's been absolutely brutal, and we are still definitely not in a place to contend them at all. Now, that being said, if they want to fight us, they will have to fight Byzantium now too, and the Byzantines are very, very powerful, so they might be thinking twice before doing that. Let's go ahead and take our next admin tech here. And we could state Algiers. We do have, I think, the admin power for that. Find it. There we go. Take all that extra income. Policies. Nothing worth really doing here. Also, I am a little worried we may run into mod issues. I converted the save for 1.3. A lot of the mods I'm using have updated to 1.5, the domination update. So I just burned all that admin power when we need to core the Caribbean. That's fine. So I am worried we may get some game issues with that. I may have to tweak around, but we will see. Just hope for the best here. And yeah, let's go and get going. What's up, Truckerneer? What's up, Alex? What's up, Zepter? Long Island's with a papacy save for one Barcel involved uprising. Well, yeah, we did sack Rome. That is true. That was at the end of CK3, almost 200 years ago. We did sack Rome. We may end up doing it again. We're very hostile with them now. Just a reminder, we also currently do have the Hellenic religion getting popular again. It's in Tunis. It's in Stada, which we do own that little piece of territory up in the north. I think it's somewhere else too, so. What's my opinion on Gorbachev? That's out of left field. My understanding of him, it is very limited, Alex, as I have always underread Russian history, especially modern. But my understanding of him was always that he was A very imperfect man with good intentions, perhaps a little corrupt, but they all fucking were. But my understanding is he really did try and reform and sustain the Soviet Union, but it was just kind of past the point of repair for the most part, just in terms of general cultural acceptance for it. And he was a bit out of his time, at least later on. I mean, he's a really interesting guy. I've read a lot about him, a fair bit about him in his younger years. Because he really did want to try and make the Soviet Union into what it was intended to be, as far as I'm aware. So he's an interesting guy, an imperfect guy with good intentions. That's my general outlook on him. Again, I'm not very well informed, so I will point that out. But the Byzantines won't betray you like the French, the papacy, and the Lombards. Slipomordium. Yeah, we've had a long history of just getting repeatedly betrayed, so let's hope we can get some better long-term friends. We might have to give the Byzantines Crete if we want them not to betray us, but we'll see. Hope for the best here. Okay, for Football Manager, yes, we will be doing some Football Manager tomorrow. I love that game. I'm not very good at it, though. We'll go with a monarchist candidate, because I want a strong ruler. Just gonna be honest. I don't normally do that, but I will today, because we've had a very tough time recently, and we are in need of a good ruler or two. Otherwise, we're gonna just keep losing territory. More so than we already have. No, I'm not opposed to us going to the Americas getting stuck there. I mean, I'm not. That's interesting as fuck, but we can at least cushion our fall a little bit, you know. What's up, Skova? I will reply to you, I promise. I've been frankly very overwhelmed this week, man. It's been a long one. One problem we also have is some of our coastal lands are not the easiest to defend. No, they're not. We could build some of those fortification buildings, but really it comes down to us needing a bigger, better fleet. At the end of the day, I mean, at this point we've learned that our only safety, our only strength is in the ocean, so. Laws we can potentially pass here. I'll look at those in a moment. Throughout the ages, war has often been the time when the rule of the many gave way to the rule of the few. So our general wants power right now. Given we just got a monarchist leader in our state court, let's go ahead and strengthen the monarchists even more. So King Simeon III will work with the States General. But just a reminder, we're not doing elective monarchy. These are the chancellors. So we're doing something kind of weird. I wanted to do roleplay wise where ignore the title. It's basically an elective system where we make the leaders the chancellor. So the monarchy is actually separate. They can technically become the chancellor, but we've kind of separated how we've done that. So just a reminder. Because I do want to point out, this is not elected monarchy. It was just the best option so we could have the those two groups fight, which I think would be interesting, purely from a mechanical perspective. Did we get a new king? No. We still have that one ongoing. Choco Nero, were you still keeping track of our side kings? If not, we could still just roll and do it that way if we ever want to go back. Trade research, Jesus Christ, we'll take the prestige. Not gonna do any of those. Okay. And Byzantium refused to join. Vladimir refused to join. Colonialism too. Oh, fuck, man. This game gave us no time. No time at all. It's like, no, you're gonna go right back into the shit. That's what you're gonna do. All right, we're at war with Castile again. Bear with me. We need some more fitting music. We need some hardcore shit. We may have to go to the New World, unironically. Oh, fuck. Alrighty. Play some fitting music here. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, and they engaged our fleet immediately, too. We have anyone on our side right now? Lotharingia joins. They do have a good amount of troops. It's nothing compared to Castile. Yeah, we're gonna have to go to the New World. Wow. I was hoping I'd come back and we'd have like 20 minutes to chill. No, absolutely not. No, not happening. Okay, let me think. We don't have the Navy to contend them. We just don't. We don't have the troops to contend them, period. We don't have the allies to fight them. So we just have to try and hold and reduce the war contributions. For anyone who knows EU4 well, is it better to just try and make an immediate peace? We'll have to give away a lot, I understand that. Or is it worthwhile, even if we're losing, just to hold out longer to try and get a better deal? For anyone who knows EU4. Like, mechanically. I know this isn't RP, but I'm thinking here that we need to just try and get the best deal possible to not get completely shafted. So, if anyone knows, let me know. Yeah, our allies this game have just been absolutely horrendous. We've never had a good long-term ally, ever. Ever. Not one. Yeah, we can't hold though. So like we'll lose all our war score very quickly. Peace out immediately. Okay. All right, let's see what they want. They want all our colonial concessions. Fuck. Nope. All right, let's try something else. They don't want it. Fuck. Man. I'd rather give them North Africa than the Caribbean. Ongoing battles. All right, let's look. We're gonna have to lose our Navy, aren't we? Jesus, man. I'm just right clicking. Come on, come on. Retreat, you fucks. We got away. Okay, we're not in a battle. Let's try this again. Oh my god, man. This is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. I make peace of it, but literally. We're literally making peace of it. Nothing else we can do here. I'd love to not lose these fucking islands. Demilitarize borders. What's colonial area? War? No, we can't give war reparations. They don't want any of this shit. We have to give them territory. I don't want to give them colonial lands. Like, we need that. If we don't have colonies, there's nothing left. We'll have to give them the islands. I would rather give them the islands than colonies. It's just that important. This is so fucking rough, man. Can we pay money to just get one island? Oh. Oh. Come on. I'll go into debt for this shit. It's fine. Jesus, that's brutal. We can hold on to the islands, but we're gonna go so deep in debt. Give them a visa. They can send all their rich kids there to party in 500 years. We're essentially selling them a visa in this peace deal to not go completely broke. All right. It's not the worst. It's bad, though. So what obviously has happened here is the current ruling class in Sardinia had thought that they'd managed to secure some degree of protection and stability. The selling of mainland land to Castile in Iberia, as well as the shift to new alliances in the east, had given the burgher power, which now for the most part rules in Sardinia, massive amounts of control. They really built their power on the assumption that through trade, through concessions, they'd be able to build economic power through these systems. Now, this is interesting in many ways, because what this has done is effectively proven they're wrong, right? The status had always been under that assumption that these new alliances would give us protection, that we'd be able to pursue new world colonies and trade through what they offered. But when the moment came and Castile came knocking once more, our allies abandoned us, and we were forced to make a massive trade concession, or massive concession, broadly speaking. I would say that for the most part, this would probably really weaken the status and would potentially give the monarchs a lot of power, at least some ability to come back and influence and power here. Because there's an argument to be made that they did things better. I mean, remember the days of Lissandro and Marcel? All of our people would remember. They'd, at least many of them would know the stories and the histories. I mean, really, it was the kings of Sardinia who led us through our best times. And the status clearly didn't provide any protection for their country, as far as I think many would see it. So this is interesting. This will open the door for the monarchy to get a lot stronger again. It also puts us completely open in terms of alliances once more. Completely. I'm gonna keep track of Senator III. I also need somebody to determine heirs. Should I just wing it, or should I do some kind of roll? If you want to incorporate rolling, I'd appreciate it, Traco Nero, but if you'd also just like to wing it, I trust you to do that, because you're very good with that stuff. So I trust you to do what you want. I think some element of randomness and rolling would be cool, though. Come back in 15 years. Game saying, welcome back. Here's the kick in the nuts. That's literally what just happened. Yeah, absolutely. France declares a colonial war right now. We need a big navy. That's the big thing again. Don't know how we're going to afford all this. The monarchists would have the argument to bring back more power to them. Definitely. Yeah, this is our century of humiliation. There's no other way to put it. We're summoning a diet. We'll summon all the great parties. We need to, we'll discuss with them the future of Sardinia, where our current chancellor, who's a monarchist, Simeon III Serra, he's a very secretive, very young, but very intelligent and capable man, would be obviously arguing for increased monarchist power once more in Lagudoro. Yeah, let's see what we want to go with. Probably not the burghers, to be honest. I don't think we go with a clergy. They're very weak now. God damn it, they want manufacturers. We'll try and work with the nobility and build a manufactory in Cagliari. One day, when we get out of this ungodly debt, let's see. It's just very difficult to make plans when you know that your allies probably won't join you. That's very difficult. We really need an alliance with Britain. They are the pinnacle naval power besides Castalla, and the one nation that could provide us security. Give me a second. Yet again, much like last session, I'm kind of lost for what to do here. I'm going to be honest in many ways. It's just so hard to make plans. No, this is what ruling actually was. You never know what the fuck is actually going to happen, and everything you build is on the shakiest of foundations. We have to get Britain as an ally. Like that is, there's no way we proceed without that. Which means we'd have to break our alliance with Lombardy. They wouldn't be interested. We're not strong enough. We can rebuild our alliance with Byzantium. Again, I may ask this. If there's anyone who knows EU4, please also do speak up, because I'm incompetent at this fucking game now. This has been so long. Does trust dictate the chance of them joining wars against enemies who declare on you? Like, what are the main factors for that? If anyone knows, I would appreciate that. Just so I can try and figure out how we don't get fucking stomped on again. Because Byzantium joining our wars, I mean, their fleet is massive. Their army is insane. If Byzantium actually joins our wars, we will be fine. They can 1v1 Castile. Like, they can. Money mostly. Okay. Were they in debt or something? Let me see. I don't think there is any way for us to see. Manpower. They have manpower. All right, we're going to curry favors with Byzantium. We'll get the alliance back when we can. Who else might be willing to ally us? Byzantium will. They were in a massive war. I do get why Vladimir didn't join. I do understand that one. They are getting gangbangs. These countries are strong enough, though. That's the problem. We really only have two options, Vladimir and Byzantium. Is this a coalition war they're in? We're also in it. It's a crusade. Fuck. You know, can we even contend their navy anymore? Probably not. We do need to help them try and win this war. Sweden is so powerful, it's kind of crazy. Here's the plan. We're going to try and rebuild our alliance with Byzantium. I'm going to curry favors. We're going to get their trust up to max. We'll support them. When Vladimir loses this war, they're going to lose a lot of ground. We may be able to help them get strong again, but that really requires us fighting the Swedes and their allies, which will be rough, but is potentially doable. If we also get an alliance with Lithuania, we're allying Eastern powers, so if we can get that triple block there, and some way find a way for Vladimir to get strong again, we have a chance. A lot of these powers just will not work with us due to how weak we are, though. We can't even support our armies here. We're the great powers. Ming, Castalla, Byzantium, Temulakam, Shogtai, Fatmiz, Britannia, Paulus, and no, not us. Definitely not us. I'll keep ruling every 5 years to see if the king dies. Not perfect. And see if a child is bored. Sounds wonderful. If you go to the war declaration on one of their allies and hover over their reasons for joining. But we have a plan. This is just going to be rough. We still have all these provinces we're incorporating too, because I ate so much. Peasants getting uppity. We're going to keep enforcing serfdom. We can't have instability right now. We've been warned by Castalla too. Let's try and get our alliance back. Byzantium did immediately re-ally us, which clearly doesn't mean a lot, but that is something. We need a place to run and hide. I was gonna work on the Caribbean. We're actually, I think, gonna work more on getting more colonies down here in the south. Because as far as I see it, we are gonna need a place to go if we lose Europe. And I think our monarchy might be thinking a bit about that. Like, even if we keep just Sardinia itself on the island, we'll need strong territories, right? So I think developing our colonies in Terra de Castoro is of pinnacle importance. If we can get it strong, powerful, we have we have a fallback plan. We'll put it that way. Relations with heathens were always tense. Through conversion of entire Europe is a noble thought indeed. Sometimes trading with pagans proves to be more useful than clashing with them. I mean, we are very tolerant of heathens, so we'll accept that. Why are we losing our fucking ships? You are moving soldiers? Okay. Not sure what's going on there. One People's Republic of Sardinia. We'll see. Right now, I think the monarchists are getting stronger, but possibly in the future. Need more admin power. I gotta get these territories poured. I really fucked up and forgot that we still hadn't done that, and I made another state instead, which is really gonna be costly here for a while. Let's curry favors. Is it worth trying to send our fleet up to Sweden? Let's take a look at the naval strengths of that country very quickly. God, Ming is so strong. This reminder, this is a very strong Ming game, folks. Like, they are fully reformed, they are colonial, they are terrifyingly strong. This will not be a Western-powered world we're gonna live in. Sweden only has 5 heavy ships, so we can fucking take them. When our navy is fully repaired, we are going to send them north. And we will try and do what we can to relieve Vladimir a little bit. At least on sea. We will tolerate heathens. We didn't make it with a lot of our troops, did we? Let's get our forces drilling. Do we have any troops left in the New World? We have 2,000 in the Caribbean. I'm going to send a contingent of 4,000 to the south in the southern continent too. And we can do some stuff with our conquistador there. We have transport ships, right? We do. That's... on this transportation, is that on? Bear with me. Yes. What am I doing wrong? Okay. Not sure what was causing that. All right, the fleet is ready. Let's go ahead and send them north to fight the Swedish Navy again. Oh, Hesse also does have a big navy. This is a bit dangerous, but I'm willing to risk it. I mean, our situation is fairly frantic as well. Jorian, what's up, man? And what's up, Zodi? Good to see you. Be careful of the galleys, I know. It seems our harsh treatment of the Tupinamba people living in and around our colonies have had quite the adverse effect on their continued existence. A combination of the foreign diseases our colonists brought over, both intentionally and unintentionally, has devastated the Tupinamba populace living in Ilhias. And now their leaders have approached us, begging us to relent and take pity on the suffering of their people. It's our colonial policy. Data repression. It's very cheap. Why not? We can afford 20 ducats. We really can. Doesn't Ming get a disaster in the 1600s? Yes. It will get many civil wars, but it's still very strong. It is also surrounded by 2 giant, like, Mongolian mega countries, so that's gonna be pretty rough for them. All right. Let's see what we can do here. I would really like to relieve Vladimir. This may be disastrous, but I do feel like we're in a very disastrous period for Sardinia, and I'm not opposed to it. One of the cardinals in Sardinia has been a skilled administrator and already proves useful to the king. He is asking for a formal position. But no, we're really trying not to allow the church much power, so we're going to deny that. Bring back to Rome. Total War Day is true. Oh, the war's over right when our fleet got to the Baltic. No, it's not. Oh my god, there's their fleet. That is fucking massive. But there's not a lot of heavy ships, to be fair. Poor Vladimir. They were my favorite country in this save. Here we go. We are going to get a battle. Let's see if we can get some of their ships here. Sunk a fleet. Sunk another. We picked up a trade ship, too. If we get out of here alive, we'll take that back to our own ports. They moved out some of their ships somewhere. What's the state of Sardinia? What's up, Cam Bam Jam? Bad. We just lost another war to Castalla where we gave up a bunch of lands. Our allies betrayed us once again. Our economy is not in the best shape. Generally, it's a very rough time. It's a very rough time. Did I just see their fleet? I did. Hess's fleet is out. Let's go try and take it down. Any economic damage we can do them to get lesser conditions on Vladimir is big here. Where did their fleet go? It looked like it was going around the coast of Britannia. Castalla is fighting Frisia? Oh, they're fighting Lotharingia. Medieval 2 is my favorite. What's up, Bitter? How you doing, dude? Are you a programming hacker god yet? I hope so. Oh, they hit our navy? I don't know why. We sunk a bunch of galleys from Hesse. I do want to try and find their fleet here. If we knock out Hesse's fleet, that'd be big. They'll just run around us, I think, but it's fine. Do not know where they've gone. Maybe they went to the New World. Does Hesse have colonies? Hold on. They don't. So they're around here somewhere. Playing hide and seek with northern navies at the moment. Empire's my favorite. Empire is amazing. Good. I think we lost that trade ship. Another portion of Hesse's navy sunk. We took one light ship. We don't have any ports up here, do we? We're sieged out. Let's go back to repair. Let's be careful here. M2 was my second favorite. Medieval 2 is amazing. I really hope the Total War publisher has said that they're announcing a game this year sometime. Oh my god, there's their fleet. I found it. Hold on. We can't have them in the Mediterranean. Unacceptable. We're gonna sink this fucking fleet. Be the only place. Let's go. Let's get our army ready here. Arctic has presented the most beautiful plans. Stonemason has cut the beautiful stone. We cannot afford extra. We'll give him some admin points. All right, let's see if we can sink this fleet. They're literally off the coast of our capital. We cannot allow that. They're trying to run. I'm gonna wait until they get the ships on. No, oh, damn it. No, 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 no. Where are you going? All right, let's be careful here. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get the battle. Here we go. Oh, we don't have the advantage. You know what I'm gonna do? This is a little metagamey, but I'm gonna do it. Global engagement chance. Or global engagement width, I apologize. Just to get a little extra fucking firepower in there. Come on! Come on! Oh, Oh, we fucking got it. We sunk them off the coast of Sassari. That was costly, though. Let's go repair our fleet. Big, their army's stuck here. We can pick them off. We're gonna have to retreat all the way home. I miss. We are at war with Sweden and Hesse, who are currently fighting our ally of Vladimir, who is getting absolutely wrecked. We've been trying to get them some naval help. It's been non-existent, so we're just delaying the inevitable for them, I'm afraid. We'll have its revenge at Vic 3, true. Vic 3 I am much better at. Vic 3 I can make some stuff happen. EU4 I am probably the least competent out of any Paradox game, with the exception of Imperator, but that's a garbage game. All that home sea advantage, they were shooting for the Pride of Sardinia. They were. That was our capital ship was there, off the shore of our own capital, so we kind of had to win that. If the Sardinian Navy had lost that, ooh, I don't even know. We need to have done something quite radical. Block their crossing here. Where are you going? Okay. Modding, I probably would have done some stuff involving Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings. If you got into it, you haven't. Taking things slowly, nice. How big is our navy? Oh, it's bad. It's not strong at all. I can show you. We do have a good amount of heavy ships, but it's nothing. So our total ship count right now is 69. Nice. We have 18 heavy ships, so we're very above our weight class for heavies. That being said, Castalla has 46. Britannia has 34. France has 27. Somalia has 19. Byzantium has 19. We're really just like barely ahead of even Denmark. So not good. Not good at all. But our economy can't sustain the big navy it used to. We've just lost so much. I mean, all that territory in eastern Iberia is very valuable, and it's all gone now. Medicate Court. Since the dawn of time for the Jewish communities all in our beloved peninsula, many different rose as wonderful scholars in the means of sciences, helping both our global population and assisting directly our rulers in guiding us towards a more prosperous future. We got a Jewish medic. Nice. Here's a new heir. Monarch lifespan increase and manpower recovery. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. He's very competent. Reminds me, being back to Minecraft grind again. I want to try Minecraft Lord of the Rings mods. I'm not surprised those exist. I did not know that though. The last mod pack I played really consistently is that really hardcore one that came out a few years back. Sweden lost. Obviously Vladimir lost. This looks like a game when I play Sweden, because whenever I play Sweden in EU4, I used to like play them all the time. I just conquer Scandinavia and I just keep going east. Fuck. They're also being conquered by the Chagatai, and both of the Mongols are invading Vladimir right now. With a combined force of 250,000 men. I said it before and I'll say it again. We pick the best allies, don't we? You know what we should do? Any nation we want to kill in this game, we just need to ally them. Like, really, if we want to take down Castalla, you know what we need to do? We need to ally them. Because they'll just explode and die, like, within 100 years, right? I think the best course of action for our enemies is just to ally them, and then they'll be gone. It's easy. Really. We don't have to fire a single shot. Yeah, Vladimir is being partitioned completely. That is a tragedy. They are such an interesting country in this fucking grand campaign. Yeah. Imperator isn't bad anymore. I do know that. I tried it a couple months back just for fun. I still don't really like many portions of it, but they definitely made it way better. I will give them that. That being said, I still cannot respect that game due to Paradox just abandoning its development. I think that kind of behavior, selling full price games and then abandoning the development of it. When Paradox's promise for any game, which is why we buy their shitty ass games on release, is the promise they'll improve them, even with additional cost, and they didn't do that, and I can't respect that, right? At all. But yes, they did definitely improve it, that's true. No, there will be a Putin, it'll just be a fucking Mongol Putin. even more terrifying. Let's pay off one of our loans. How many do we have? 2 more. Our income is really low. Our army maintenance is unsustainable. Let's go at least get him to hunt for the 7 cities again. We still do know that there are rumors of the city of gold. Much of it has been mapped by the Swedes and the Spanish, but it is always possible we could still find it. We'll go for Wharf. I want us to actually keep up on tech here. It's useful. Useless. Let's move them back. If we coral this, I think we may get another colony. Oh man, we've got a colony next to us in what do we want to name this continent? Okay, hold up. Does anyone have an idea for how to name our continents here? I don't think we're gonna call it the Americas. I don't think it makes any sense, right? This is an alternative history. This is a grand campaign timeline. We need a name for this landmass. We'd see it as like one giant thing, right? Who has an interesting name for the Americas that makes sense of our lore? What would we call it? Lysandria. Yes, North America is really cool. There's a bunch of mega federations. The Kazki Federation, the Pakaha Federation, the Iroquois are massive. And then we've got the Owiga Federation. So they're huge. They're very powerful. Mostly. I mean, the Europeans will still deck them, but they are quite strong. Very big, united Quiche. They would actually ally us. We're not going to do that, but that is interesting. So, and then, of course, there are the custom nation I put with the Vikings over here. They are just vibing, though. They did no expansion. They're very weak. And then the English colony in Greenland, which got independence after they abandoned it in CK3. New Italia, Lysandria. Yes, we did. We took the Fountain of Youth. That's Inhambupe. Where is it? Water of Life. We'll make that our capital if we do go to South America. Or Arcadia? Ooh, I kind of like Arcadia. All right, if anyone has any other recommendations, let me know, and then I'll make a poll for it, and then we can decide what we're going to call the Americas. I want us to do it a little bit different. New India. I'll add that to the list. That's kind of... I mean, we did go there doing the same, thinking it might be the Finlandia. That's interesting. Finlanda. Wow, the clergy fucking hate us, don't they? We did remove all of their power when the status took control, so makes sense. Dwarves. Finlanda. All right, we've got a few. I'll make a poll real quick. That's not the right button. Me pressing the wrong buttons here. Name for Americas. We have Finlanda. We have New India. I'm not doing fucking Romania. Britannia. Yeah, that's not horrible. Britannia. And we have Arcadia. We have one other. We did. Lysandria. This will be what we're going to refer to the Americas as for the rest of the game. So, where to use the poll? What did the Vikings call it again? Actually, don't know, Zodi. They had their own name for it. We need men of wars. Yes, we do. Yes, we fucking do. Which one's man of wars? Man of wars. I'm confused. Galleons, yes. There's still a couple ticks away, I believe. Yeah, 15. We're 4 away. It's clear that the Pope is no longer infallible. He has proclaimed that colonial Eastern America is to be the sole domain of France. Yeah, they've got a colony there too. Florida. Florida? Florida? Oh my gosh, this is going to be a French 13 colonies. Are you guys ready for French America? Not. There's no way to be ready for that. There really isn't. Fuck. All right. Bohemian Crystal. They call it Greenland, yeah. All right, how are we looking with Byzantium? Still currying favors. Let's try and increase their trust with us. We can do that. Trade favors for trust. There we go. Slowly but surely. If we can get them to fully trust us, maybe we'll have a consistent ally. Wouldn't that be nice? Always possible. The first child of Lysander III has been born, a son and future king. What shall his name be? Does anyone have a name for the heir of our current king, Lysander III? Good. Making some solid income again, thankfully. Production is actually really doing the majority of it. Colonies are too fucking slow. They just like not moving? Just all Spanish controlled. When we're not warned, I still also do want us to try for a War of the Pope. If Byzantium would actually support us in that, that would be pretty big. Because Castile's just eating Italy. There we go. Lysander IV. Lysander or Cristoforo? Cristoforo is interesting. We haven't had that before. Lysander IV, the Moon King. Would privateering Castalla's nodes be profitable? That's a good question. Can you change the tags for the New World name? That's a good question. I might be able to go into the save file, Jorian. I could get that a shot, actually. Cristoforo. What was that one someone said? Castafioro? Cristoforo. We'll go with that one for the air. Let's have a new name. We've had the same names for a long time, and we'll continue that. But let's shake it up. We'll go with Cristoforo. Antonia Sisa Asinari has corrupt connections. We try to keep our administration free of dishonest individuals, but we cannot always account for the friends and contacts which got them to where they are. Antonia Sisa Asinari has unfortunately turned out to be a good example of the problems that follow from this. Recent investigations have revealed that much of our well-built trade network relies on bribes, smuggling, and other dubious activities to reach its current level of efficiency. You know, we're a secretive leader. If it works, it works. That's all I'm saying. We do what we have to in times like these to remain even semi-relevant. Arcadia and Lysandria are tied. We'll go over Arcadia then. I'll break the tie. I do like Arcadia. That's a good one. The New World is going to be referred to as Arcadia from here on out. So North Arcadia and South Arcadia. That won't be confusing or anything. Well, that corruption is making it very difficult for us to get any income. And that fleet. We will mothball the fleet. We lost an explorer as well. We haven't done any exploration in a long time. Let's do that, actually. Cyrus de Lucerna. Oh my god. And just ridiculous again. But not the thing we need, which is maneuver, ironically. We'll explore the Pacific South American Ocean. Or South Arcadian Ocean, I apologize. Referring to North America as Lysandria, South America as Arcadia. Now that I do like. They did tie. All right. North America is going to be Lysandria, and South America will be Arcadia. We'll go with that. When I inevitably forget it, feel free to remind me. Yeah, I agree. That is more interesting. We'll go with that. I'm not a fan of calling an entire continent after a character's name. That's a little memey. You gotta remember though, Jorian Cell, Lysandro was like more than just any character in this grand campaign. He was like the most iconic defining figure, not just in the grand campaign so far, but just generally our country. Like, he'd probably be viewed like as a semi-demigod as much as one can be viewed as that. As a Christian, I mean, his reign was just on a different level. Just different level. Traveling minstrel who gave us stability. Wonderful. He was a funny-based man. Yes, that too. Yeah, larger than life. That man. Oh, iconic. That's a man I will unironically think about on my deathbed in real life. Probably. If I don't have dementia. Okay. Ring favors with the Byzantines. Let's see if we can get more trust. More trust. Let's look at, I can't do any wars because we're warned. Those last for a period though, right? They do, until 62. 16 years. Yeah, we can't do any fighting for a long fucking time. Have to get into World War. And we'll spend this time working on our economy, colonialism, and then trying to get our allies to actually trust us and be loyal. Still do manufacturing Cagliari, don't we? How hard would that be? Take a while. We still have 2 loans to pay back. Because Dimension starts calling himself Lysandra, demands the heathens be beheaded. Oh boy, the poor nurses. Dude, they have 260,000 soldiers. To be fair, they have Iberia, southern France's marshes, and a fuck ton of Italy. And fuck ton of Northern Africa. What's their fucking development like? Monstrous everywhere. Look at that. What if you could make a Byzantium creep their territory and agility to get more investment into fighting Castalla? That would be nice. I'd rather we get it, but then again, if we can't control it, there is no point. They may try and do it. They'd have to contain Castalla there. That would be actually a good idea. If we can pull them in to a war with the Papal States together and give them, like, a bordering region with Castalla, then, yeah, that's actually a very good idea. Yeah, they also control the church now. Warnings only apply to war declarations on nations that Castalla neighbors. Okay, so we can do colonial wars then. I did not know that. So, for example, if we want to fight them, yeah, no, we can. Wow, thank you for telling me. That would have been enormously wasteful if I didn't know that. Let's get a claim on the border regions and start expanding our territory down here in the south. Fucking Papal States. Yeah, the Pope's at war with Tarkur in Western Africa. Only 1 more to core, and then we'll actually have a surplus of admin power here. Byzantine forces marching across the Arcadia. Nice. Yeah, losing Granada was really where it all began, where the downfall began. That gave them such an upper hand against us. Romans in the New World indeed. They gonna send forces there or not? We'll do it ourselves. We pay another loan, only one left. Ming have 300,000 soldiers. I'm really curious to see what Vicky 3 is going to look like. It will be really interesting. It was also the first place where Lysandra the First ruled. Yeah, because his mother was the heir to Granada, right? So he took that for himself and ruled there. Yes, from his mother. Who was murdered by his father. Yeah. Lysandra, dude. If we survive, I think we'll survive. The question is whether or not we're going to be a minor power in Arcadia. That's the real question. I think we may be that, but that's fine. It will make things more interesting. I also want to reiterate, if we get to the end of Hoi 4 and we're not in charge of the Earth, I'm going to take us to Solaris with the dominant power. So if that's Super Castalla at the end of Hoi 4, that's fine. That's what we'll end up doing. We will end up switching to Spain. You got to remember, they are actually of our dynasty, right? It's not like these guys aren't technically House Torres. They are. They're just the fucking horrible kind who deserve nothing at all. I don't know if we're going to win this. We might need a bigger contingent in the Americas, actually. Cool. Oh. Let's look at the coastline of southern Arcadia. Mosquito Kingdom already. Interesting. Yeah, we did lose that. Fuck. Need to send over more soldiers. Byzantium is doing a war against the natives near us. We will join. All right, it's going to be a colonial Byzantium. Pirates had struck some of our shipping. They tortured and then brutally murdered the male passengers. As for the female passengers, the tales told shocking all civilized men. One of the female passengers was the daughter of an important noble, and he's crying out for vengeance. There are heavily implications that these pirates are under someone's protection in Genoa. Let's try and hunt them the fuck down. That's unacceptable. Yeah, see, there they are. Oh my god. Byzantine northern Brazil. Our neighbors are going to be Spanish, Swedish, Byzantine, and Papal colonies. Yeah, Brazil is very poppin'. Yeah. Oh my fucking god! What the fuck? All the natives united. Oh my god, that is so based. Wow. What if they actually managed to hold out? I mean, like, France has got a very sizable colony there, and I think they're going to struggle to beat that, but, man, if they actually hold out together, that would be so fucking cool. New World Ally. Man, I really hope they actually hold. That'd be cool. Let's go with the speed 4 too. Mark has 6 cardinals. God damn. This might not even be the United States. Yeah, true. We got another colony. Let's keep going down the coastline here, honestly. so no one else can get in here. Let's go take out those rebels. Fuck, they're taking territory we want. That's unfortunate. We really got to move quicker in Brazil. I'm going to really focus in here. Chancellor Simeone is looking entirely to the New World. I mean, oh, we did. Okay, we will get Cuba. Do we want to name it Cuba? All right, colonial name time. What are we naming our colonial area in the Caribbean? Keep in mind, we may not keep this for long, but for now, what are we naming it? We'll make this one a crown colony too, in order to explicitly give the monarchists more power. The one in Brazil was a private enterprise run by the burghers and the statists, but since they're not in power, we're going to actually make Cuba directly, in the roleplay, only directly ruled by the monarchy. So basically, the government doesn't have any control there. Only the monarch does, which will continue to kind of build up that split between the two of them. So what are we going to name it, given it is a crown colony, not a private enterprise? It's Lysandria. Makes sense. I mean, like, America was called America, so we could call it Lysandria. Yeah, why not? I like that. Woo. So that is going to be directly overseen by the monarch, so by our King Lysandra III. He named it after himself. Well, really after his ancestor, but for himself. I'm going to be a metagamer and burn this when we're at War of Castile next, and I won't apologize for it. We're making really good income again. All right, we paid off our last loan. We have a really good surplus. We're making so much off of production. It's actually crazy. New Sassari would have been a good idea too. We've dealt with the golden age of piracy. Wars between colonial powers are bloody affairs and have a legacy of devastation and villainy in their wake. Piracy has become rampant in the Caribbean. Former privateers have raised the black flag as they discover that peacetime is bad for profits. While naval captains, disenfranchised by the outcomes of the wars, disavow their former sovereigns. The conflict between great powers has thusly inadvertently ushered in a golden age of piracy. You know what would be cool? Is if we can make Lysandria into a pirate nation and keep them as our vassal just to fuck with our rivals in the New World. That'd be fucking fun. Is there a way to do that by chance? Does anyone know? Let's get a claim, and we are going to go to war. Fuck it. We'll send our army up there when we're done with this little war. Motisha is one of the central provinces forming the backbone of our union, and their representatives' opinions are valued by the States General. Recent developments in Algeciras have formed the opposition, leading to questions on which local faction we seek to support. Monarchists, we're really pushing their power right now. What are they up to? 46. They have an advantage, but they're not dominant. God damn it, they move so we can't take their territory. No, we can. Isn't there a way to do that in a peace deal? I think there is. Man of war. Save at it? Might be fun. Byzantines got 30,000 men walking through middle of Arcadia. So many of them would be dead. So many. We'll take Storo Homo di Mura. Oh, he's very expensive. We can afford it though. Send out our ships to explore the Western Indian Ocean. Man of Wars too. On the right place. We haven't declared the war yet because I'm a dumbass. We lost our claim because they moved. God damn it. We will need to fight a war with the Takrur, I think, pretty soon, too. They'll be rough to fight, but we can take more Western Africa, and we can take their colonies in the New World. That would be really advantageous. But we'll need to get stronger first. We're not there quite yet. As a Brazilian, having anyone other than Portugal colonize Brazil is so weird. Yep. Colonialism in Grand Campaigns is always so strange. We'll join Lotharingia's war. We need to try and build up some trust with our allies. So when the time comes... Oh my god, are they allied with Castalla? They are. Trying to appease Castalla too. Well, but yeah. We're making really good income, I will say. All right, we'll build that manufacturing in Cagliari for the nobles too, to make them ridiculously wealthy. But in fact, the Dutch had control of a lot of Brazil in the early 17th century. They had control of a lot of the Caribbean and North America too, I believe. Time has come for the clergy to appoint a new leader to assist their king in the capital. The likely candidate is an old cleric with a solid history as a prominent member of the clergy behind him. He has, however, also acquired many enemies during his life. Now hope to see a somewhat younger candidate with a less ugly past be appointed. We'll just go with the old guard. Byzantium has... Oh my god, they annexed that region in the middle. Fuck. Oh, we gotta go quick, Gary. Byzantine Crusade as well. Oh my, look at that. We can go after Cusco. We've heard rumors of these large political entities on the western coast of Arcadia. Rumor has it they've been untouched by the Spanish up until now. They're ripe for the taking. And even more so, they seem to have quite a lot of gold, at least when we've talked with them and traded. We've managed to get a lot of gold off of them for really nothing at all, which suggests that somewhere in these kingdoms, these nations, whatever the hell these heathens are made up of, there's a lot of gold. It might be worth a war over there to try and take something. We could ferry our men around. We know the route. It's long, but it is doable. Be very risky. If we couldn't land there, we'd have no way to provision our ships, and it's all mountains. Their technology is far behind ours. Actually, it's not. It's somewhat behind ours. I doubt that they can core that. Is it too far to core? I think we would be able to, wouldn't we? Would we need to get a colony over here first? Alright, we should still... They moved back. We should be able to go to war with them now. For the printing industry. The ability to mass produce the written word would revolutionize the spread of information, and in many ways, early modern society as a whole. Pioneered by Renaissance men such as Venetian printer Aldus Manutius, a new art helped fuel the Renaissance by making the translated classics more widely available. Later, the Reformation benefited greatly from the ability to spread critical publications and translations of the Holy Scriptures. Now the printing has matured as a technique and spread throughout Asia. Hundreds of thousands of copies of everything from religious and political pamphlets to scientific treatises and instructions on how to behave are circulating the continent. With print shops growing ever more commonplace, rulers have found it hard to contain the new technique. Cool. Who got it? Let's take a look. There's the institutions. Is it Asia? Mongolia invented the printing press? This is actual Mongolia. Just a reminder, guys, that this isn't some knockoff. This is the actual OG Mongols Genghis Khan conquered with from the Grand Campaign. They're still alive, and they're still very powerful. And apparently, a technological powerhouse. Not only are they more advanced than us, they invented the printing press. Emperor Ultan IV, same dynasty, a direct descendant of Genghis Khan too. That is fucking wild. Holy fuck. Man. It's actually crazy. Karakorum's just like this hyper advanced like Wakanda region surrounded by nothing but steppe nomads. Like, can you imagine seeing that? Holy fuck. Wow. They are Orthodox too, yeah. I think even Genghis Khan's son converted originally. You can see their religions, Orthodox. And then Chagatai are Sunni. Ironically, the only ones who remained Tengri was Vladimir. Protestantism is very powerful too. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Picturing a steppe nomad riding on his horse ready to speak. Pretty much, yep. It's funny. All right, let's build that manufactory. We've been promising the nobles for like, what, 5-10 years? Got maps of a lot of the Americas. Okay, let's see if we can do this war. Should be able to. Yes, we can. Good, we'll take Sarah. They're allied with Takrur. Are you kidding me? When Byzantium's out of their fucking 5k debt, we could do a war of Takrur and call in Byzantium themselves. We'd have to probably give them land. But we could do a colonial war of Byzantium. They're just so in debt. That is insane. But that's doable. So we'll have to be patient. As much as it pains me. We'll do a war with these guys when we get the claim instead. Takrur is a colony. This is a universe where West Africans did make it to South America. Yeah, they did. It's also colonial Byzantium. It's also colonial Ming. Just a reminder. I'm still just mind blown by that. Look at Ming have a bunch of the Spice Islands. They have a bunch of the islands over here. I wouldn't be surprised if do they have they didn't take Hawaii. Japan has taken I think Midway, isn't that? Yep. Japan currently owns Midway. Japan's also colonial. Both of Japan are colonial too. The Yusugai and the Hosokawa are very balanced, and they both have colonies. Fucking hell, dude. That is just so crazy. My God. Look how far they made it. Yeah, both Japans are like competing colonially with each other. They might go into Australia. Wow. They got New Caledonia too. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how far they'd gone. We might have to compete with them on the west coast of Arcadia and Lysandria if we're not careful. Oh my fucking God. They fucking made it to California? What the fuck? Bro. The western coast of America is Japanese. They're in Mexico too. They're winning colonially. Like, the East is winning the colonial game right now. I don't know where the Ming are at. We don't have any colonial countries, but to be fair, they wouldn't make them in the East, would they? They have Usagi, Cascadia, and then they have Usagi, California. So they're also up here. We can't see it right now, but Japan's also up here. What about the Hosokawa? Hosokawa's in Central California. Okay, we got to get up there. I want to see this Jesus Christ, dude, this is crazy. Wow. The Ming are in Siberia? Yeah, the East and the Americas are very, 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 very strong in this game. Are you going to war with the person I'm going to war with? They're going to war with the people we're going to war with. Fuck, we need to go right now. I'm gonna revoke their access. I apologize. This might piss them off, but we can't have them, we can't have them taking these lands. Yeah, we gotta really step up our colonial game here. I've been slacking. Close. We need cannons in our armies. We don't have any. Be expensive. I'll do it. Just at least a few so we don't get completely wrecked. Debate in Marrakesh. We'll go with the monarchists again. We're really reinforcing their power. ABC? When does the truce with Castalla disappear? You gotta be ready. That is true. I'm actually gonna send a diplomat. Fuck it. We're gonna try something. We're gonna swallow our fucking pride. One more tick. Are you yet again marrying women in Vladimir? Yes, you are welcome to now. We have no issues anymore with that. Conflicts and protests over taxes, landlord cruelty, and expropriation, serfdom, and custom policies have made everyone very angry. We're not tyrannical. We're a very capable administrator. We do have a surplus of money, so we will do some minor improvements just to stop them from explicitly rebelling. Here we go. 3 days. I know. Yeah. Byzantium needs to get rid of their dead. That's why we send a diplomat to Castalla. Militarily, we have no options. We'll get Tronians. We'll go with small cast iron. We're gonna be only fighting defensively here. Clearly, so. If we're going down a path of restoring the power of the monarchy, do you have the ability to end the elective system in the game? Yes, we can do the reform. We absolutely can. It will cost us government reform power, but I can do it. And worst case scenario, I can also do a save at it. The earthquake of 1551. Great tragedy has struck our provinces. The heavens grew dark and the earth split, as if swallowing many of our commoners in its deadly embrace. The local folk grow superstitious, and rumors have started circulating about our ruler having lost the favor of heaven. They lost mandate power. Not that they need it. They've got a lot of their reforms. They're not all the way down, though. They're pure meritocracy, too. This would be a cool China to see. Like, my gosh. We'll look and see if we can get any of our allies. We can take one more in our Diplo slots. We're at war. We'll look after. We beat Byzantium here, so we will get it, thankfully. Takur of Rio, we can't allow that. It's a very nice little entry port and a good place to build access into the interior. You can RP as the king of the monarchist faction, essentially doing a coup, or getting rid of the chancellor or taking the chancellorship. Exactly. He's not at that point yet. They don't have enough support. They have a lot, but not enough. Who else do we need to siege out in this war? Bushi in the south. And Upinamba as well. Monarch name. Nice. They are sieged out by the Byzantines, so we won't be able to do anything there. We'll siege out the last of their lands. They just took it and left. That's fair. We might have some conflict with Byzantium over this. Don't you get negatives with them over things like this? Yes, I am still listening. If we could make Castilla strong enough, that would be a really, really good thing to have too. Because if we can get them to build a navy, we might be able to start contending. I'm also going to get us to go on a colonial war. We have no other options here. Like, really. The Caribbean has been, like, clearly stated to be Castalla's. We can't contend it. It's too dangerous. North America is getting absolutely conquered by the French. Central America is still the home of very powerful natives and also under the claim of Castalla, and we need to find a way not to keep getting conquered by them. So we will let them have it. That leaves only one place to have direct expansion towards the natives in Arcadia and in Lysandria, and that's going to be these civilizations on the western coast. Apparently they're very rich. So after this war, we're going to start preparing that. A great expedition. We'll bring over a lot of soldiers. Probably half of our forces in Europe, which is very risky, but we're past the point of being able to not take risks, really. Yeah, they will demand Brazil at some point, absolutely. Yeah, they are beating it quite handily, sadly. And the natives just aren't strong enough. They don't have the forces to contend with Europe. The international book market in Mongolia. The Mongol Empire. Or among the possible options, they went with benefit the province. They have an international book market in Karakorum. I want to see if we can build some of these things. I haven't played around much with these mobs. We could build cannons, which gives combat ability. We'll see if we can build one of these somewhere. I think it needs to be on like a province that produces iron or something. Byzantines have 40,000 men stationed in Brazil. Patron of the arts. That's cool. I've never seen that one before. Patron of the arts, technology cost reduction and idea cost reduction. That's really good. He's secretive and a patron of the arts. And a 444, a very competent chancellor right when we need it. That's why the monarchists won't try anything. They do know he's competent. Lysandra III would also see our dire position and probably not want to start a civil war, I would say. I think he's a bit smarter than that. Those Byzantines are armed tourists, not soldiers. I find the idea of the vast, expansive Asian stuff being made a little more bearable by addition in a few written tomes. I mean, it's just a game where the East just never stagnated behind Western Europe, essentially, right? Because the Mongolian Empire never properly collapsed. They maintained their technological advances, which they pushed into China. And then the Ming themselves, if you look at like the Empire of China, they're incredibly meritocratic. They've been at all game. They've reformed dramatically. It's just a situation where the Ming didn't stagnate, the Mongolian Empire didn't collapse, and basically a Cold War in Japan between two powerful shoguns essentially created a technological and colonial race. It's really interesting, and it does kind of make sense. I mean, this isn't just some like nonsensical reality. It's just a situation where the East formed very strong centralized governments. And I mean, I think it's super fucking cool, especially the Japanese situation. I mean, RP-wise, what is this, right? It's a situation where two of the warring clans, or the warring shoguns in, what the fuck are they called? Warring states period. They essentially managed to unite the North and the South against each other, and they're so equally matched, they just created a Cold War. And as a result, they fought very few battles on the mainland. Instead, militarily and technologically, they've innovated to outcompete each other, and they've created a colonial war to outpace another economically. I mean, that is so fucking cool. Like, yeah, the Senjoku Jedi, the end of which in this timeline was this, which is crazy. I mean, and they probably also don't fight a lot because they know if they ever stop or they ever really get into it, the Ming will conquer them. So they have the incentive to work together to a degree. The East is just really interesting. I mean, part of this is due, we played from CK3 and a lot of these big countries formed, right? But it's still interesting to kind of see a very different reality and how things could have gone. All right, let's end this war. We can't conquer it. Take all their money. "55 days for our diplomat to get back." There isn't even an actual Japan. It might grow to two separate countries in the archipelago. Yeah, because they're both very powerful. They're both colonial, you know, powers. Significant colonial powers at that too, right? In Eurus, they could end up developing different languages and different cultures. True, we might see that in Vic 3, actually. That'd be really cool. Among some of our nobles, it has become increasingly fashionable to spend time in experimentation and philosophy. Some have begun to form regular discussion groups, while others use letters to correspond with other inquisitive minds. One such group has contacted our king, asking for patronage and support. Jesus Christ, he is expensive. We can't afford him, and it would be a good way... God, he's so expensive. No, we can't afford that. I would really like to, but no. We can't make those numbers add up. Yeah. With that. Oh, you're looking at all your debt, Byzantium. They've paid off a lot of it. They're getting there. Hopefully they do that sooner rather than later so we don't get decked on. Yeah, it's a very different timeline. Which is, in my mind, always the appeal of mega campaigns. You get interesting but vastly different timelines. Historical stuff is fun to play, but grand campaigns really just get super cool. I think at this point, we're going to start planning a great expedition. To our government right now, to Chancellor Simeon, who is a very capable and very wise man, who has overseen a lessening, perhaps, but still very much a continuation of the fall of Sardinia. Our expansion in the New World is just not enough. It really isn't. Our colony in Brazil, it stretches along the coast. We have many trading ports, but expansion into the interior is difficult with the dense jungles, and in many ways quite unprofitable at times. It's hard to extract those resources. We can see in Arcadia that we're already getting outcompeted by Castalla, now by the Swedes, and now by the Byzantines, our allies. We can see in Lysandria in the north that we can't compete there at all. There's only one place that he knows where we are currently going to be uncontended, which would be a war against the Western tribes. They're all allied with each other, though. Or for the most part, they are allied with each other. We can't fight Cusco. They're allied with everyone. Are they? No, they're not. We could take them. Really quickly, though, for anyone who knows EU4, do I need a colony established here to core this, or do I have the range for it? If anyone knows. Because I believe coastal regions you can. I think we have the range from down here. But I don't want to just annex all this and sit on uncored land. That would be rather inconvenient. Can we sow discontent? That's a good question. You know, one idea, I never do it. We could go, what's it called? Espionage. Will you get something really cool with that? I guess not. I thought it gave you some, like, unique stuff. If you go into the map mode colonial range, you can check. Thank you, Chase. Colonial range. Where are you? Am I just scrolling past it? Probably. You know, we don't have the colonial range. It is past. No, we don't. If we could conquer this region here, we get a port on the other side. If we go to war with the Chorty, are they bordering Spain? They're not. If we go to war with them and take a port here, we'd have a way to ferry our troops across. Now that would be very difficult. We'd probably have to go across here, because crossing the Panama is unrealistic, and this is our RP campaign. There's no way we could cross an army there. But if we take the lands up here, we could cross, but we'd have no way to get our... If we brought our ships around, we crossed our army here, we could get them down here. That is a logistical nightmare. But it's this, or we literally watch as Spain or Sweden get these lands. Establish a colony in Chile, way down here. That's true. Go for the Strait of Magellan. Maybe going to Chile first would be good, but that would take a long time. Close to be on that colony. Yeah. I'd rather we go to war with the Chorty. Here's the plan. This is a bold, dramatic, dangerous, but potentially incredibly rewarding plan. The plan, which has been drawn up by Chancellor Simeon and King Lissandro, is that we will conduct a very dangerous war, because it could piss off the Castellans, to take the regions of the Chorty in this central little split here. By doing so, we will then send a vast army of 20,000 men with guides locally that we will cooperate with to cross and meet our ships on the coastline here in Costa Rica, wherever the hell that is. From there, we will ferry them to the coast of the Quito, where we will attempt to conquer them and establish a colony all in one go. If we fail this, it will be absolutely disastrous. And our armies will be effectively neutered. But if we succeed, we will have outmaneuvered our rivals and actually established a very powerful colony. We're gonna fucking do it. Start to get the claim. I can't. We'll wait till he's back. This is high risk, high reward here. It's that, or we can't fight the Papal State, can we? No, Castalla is bordering them. But they're colonies. Can we do that? Oop. Byzantium, you need to pay off your debt, man. Is it worth just like bailing out Byzantium here? It's expensive, but we need them. How about we take the town and push it somewhere else? We could try and save up our money and bail out the Byzantines. That's so expensive. And if they just betray us again, we're literally pissing away thousands of gold. How long do we have on that truce? 2 years. We've tried. They want all of our, look how many provinces they want from us. Like all of our colonial regions they want. All of them. We've fully improved relations and we're still minus 54. We're really weak. We could use another ally. We'll go with Bohemia then. I don't expect them to honor any of our wars though. Defensive or otherwise. We're not trying to be friends with them. We're trying to get them to not hate us enough to just not deck on us. That's the goal here. We have no desire to be friends with them. That's not ever going to be an option. Yeah, 50k is 50k. You're right. A big surplus of points we do. Yeah, we can actually start developing. Especially production would be... No, what would we have for our ID groups? We need Diplo. But we can invest our admin power. Base tax increases really aren't that great, though. We will try and get a colony down here in the south, though. And go as far as we can. These are very violent regions down here. Try and pick somewhere that's not too bad. San Antonio. Quarantine. Oh, a bunch of ports got influenza. Want to build up my relations with them again. And let's see about getting more trust. We don't have them built up yet. We'll go for efficiency instead. Reduce inflation. How bad is our inflation? bad, but we definitely could go for that. Victory MP tomorrow. Absolutely, TJ. Yes. I'll be coming back to a Spain that has been very much fucked, though. Quite badly. We're in bad shape. We're in very, 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 very bad shape. We can have a merchant, too. Sonus. Transferring trade from... Oh my god, look at that. English channel. It might be worth just sending all of our ships there. We can't privateer anything. What if we collect trade in Sevilla? Do we have any trade power there? Oh, basically not. 2,000. I'm gonna try and see what's our current trade at right now. We are getting 29.4. See if that has any effect. Push more trade power into Genoa. I can stream this for 8 hours. No, we have. Oh no, that didn't work. Okay. We'll send them back to Genoa. We're going to be playing in the Game of Thrones multiplayer game after this. And then I may stream a little bit of House Dane after, depending on if I am tired or not. While. I was thinking about doing a long stream today, but we'll see how long I last. I haven't streamed for like 3 weeks. We'll go with Lasaris and reduce our construction costs. I do want to do a lot of building right now. Speaking of which, we have a lot of money. So we can't build these then. Nope. Cannon Foundry. What do we need to build them anywhere? Needs to have a lot of copper or a lot of tin. Do we have any copper or tin provinces? No, there's a way to see this. Copper, tin. I don't think we do. But just in case. No, we do have copper. Cagliari actually produces a lot of fucking copper. This is just not enough. Copper 10. Woodworking. Six. We need a bunch of glass. I just don't know how this mod works. Is there a way to see the amount of a good produced in a province? I've never really tried to look that in detail before. Needs to have trade good fur, needs to have development 10. Oh, innovativeness is needed. Oh, interesting. Cigars would be big. A Diplo 10 and innovativeness 15. What is our innovativeness? Well above that, 75. Resource requirement, tobacco, 0.6. the province and you see local goods. So we need, do we have tobacco in any of our colonies? Probably not. It's up, maybe up in the Caribbean? All sugar. Actually, tobacco would be up here, wouldn't it? Yep. There was tobacco in South American provinces. It's tomatoes. Got chocolate. Doesn't that do one of them? Bear with me. I'm trying to figure out how this works. Let's... Need 0.6 cocoa. It has more than that. Base production 0.8. So we should be able to build it here. Maybe it's just bugged or something. Yeah, it's looking like the mod might be broken. That's fine. Only 1.5. We build mines. Yeah, it looks like the mod is broken. That is a shame. Oh well. We'll build workshops instead. Naval tradition? What are we up to on that? 100. Wow. Can we maintain that? No, we cannot. That manufacturing Cagliari. And we can call number D. Yes, we can. This time, probably want to do the burgers. Well, maybe nobility again, actually. They want us to conquer something we can't, whereas the burgers just want a shipyard in Sassari, which that we can certainly do. Build a shipyard in Sassari. One of Sardinia Corsica's most respected advisors, Antonio Cisa Asinari, has recently published a work discussing the political principles the federal form of government depends on. While certainly well written and convincingly argued, some of the material is strongly critical of the hold of the princes of Sardinia have had on the office of king recently. The advisor's loyalty to Simeon III, so he's a statist, may be less unwavering than we thought. Or not? We want to booster the monarchist, so we will have him fired. That's unfortunate. Couldn't keep his mouth shut. We'll go Safi Hassini, the burghers, even more in power. A powerful merchant wants to show gratitude to our efforts of patrolling the seas and have gifted us 3 fucking carracks. Hell yeah. Very much needed. So our explorer died. Simon Di Moretta. Let's get him to keep exploring. Southeast Pacific. We'll go with an elaborate court life and take a bit of a loan for that. And we do not have the money to get them aged, so we're gonna have to tell the nobles to fuck off. Alright, look at how Byzantium's money is doing. Without Byzantium being out of debt, we're kind of just not able to do much. It doubled. What are they doing? Like, what are they doing in Constantinople? Korea's 17,000 gold. Nice. They're making a lot of money. Not a clue. Alright, well, Byzantium will be no help. We'll have to do this ourselves then. See, this is what I was saying. Cusco has become a tributary of the Hosokawa. Fuck. We'll have to fight the Hosokawa if we want to get Cusco. I'm gonna go start some coffee and grab some coffee real quick. I'll be back in like 5 minutes while I consider what the fuck we're gonna have to do about this. Jesus fucking Christ. Back. It's the city in Europe with the highest population. London, I think, right? Okay. So it is even more important we get into Western Arcadia now. We can only really go after the Quito like we originally wanted to, so we're going to have to kind of move the timeline forward on all this. I'm going to start a spy network and prepping war for the Chorty, and then from there we will go into the west. If we get a bit stronger, I think we could actually contain Hosokawa for Cusco. We'll have to be able to defeat their navy, because we can't defeat their army, which is doable. I think we do have more heavy ships than them, as far as I'm aware. Istanbul. Is Istanbul Europe? I guess it is technically on the left side of the Bosphorus. Moscow's bigger than London. Really? Are you talking like the city itself or the metropolitan area, though? Because those are two very different things. There's some new music, too. Yeah. Metropolitan area of London, I think, would be the largest, because it's just insane. It's like the whole population of England. The Yoruba? Yeah. We just got these super states. I mean, a lot of that's coming from CK3, unfortunately. Well, Britain is South Africa. They have a full colony there now, or almost a full colony. Establishing colonial subjects overseas has allowed us to expand our trade while remaining in control, importing goods from lands that are essentially under Torrez of Sardinia control. As long as we supply our colony with what they need, they have no reason to start putting gold in the hands of our enemies. Sadly, the settlers sometimes have a different opinion of our king on what exactly they need, and have begun to trade with neighboring colonies and natives. We are not going to allow that. We are going to push mercantilism even harder. God damn it. The fucking Spanish beat us to it. Look. Is there a coalition against Castile? There's a coalition against Castalla. No one is joining it, though. Let's try and form a coalition against them. If we could actually cut them down with a coalition, that would be insane. Form a coalition. Assume no one else will join this, but it's worth a try. Yeah, it's just us right now. I'm surprised no one else has joined it. I mean, they've taken so much in Europe and in the Americas. There goes our plan to get into the Quito region. At this point, we'll just have to go after we expand and get this colony in the south. We might have the range to get there at that point. They're also a colony of the Hosokawa. Only the Quito and the Chimu are independent at this point. I've never had a grand campaign that has gone this badly. Well, not gone this badly, I guess. Where I've been so outpaced. I mean, I made an effort to make us not get super powerful, but I mean, this has just gotten kind of insane. Courthouse in Sassari. More manpower. And then some more workshops. Like many rulers of his age, Simeon III has wanted to surround himself with the greatest minds that can debate the secrets of the world. Some possess great wit and excel at debates, while others are more suited to solitary experiments and mathematical calculations. There's no doubt quite a bit of rivalry at times, as to favor the king can be a very beneficial thing to have for any thinker. One such intelligent fool has lately come to be ridiculed by many, Ira di Appiani di Aragona, has a great mind for mathematics, but is notably a poor debater, and some would argue the reputation of the course suffers from indulging such work. If he's good at what we do, that's fine, because we'd be fine with it. We're a patron of the arts, we wouldn't care. We just want him to do interesting things and make all sorts of inventions. I wonder how many AIs pick exploration ideas. A lot. Castalla, France, Britain. I think Sweden. Yeah, Sweden. Did Hesse? No. Norway. Did Yorubaland? They did not. Somalia? Somalia took colonial ideas. The Fatimids took colonial ideas. I wonder if they have anywhere. Do they have any colonial countries? No, they didn't. They took exploration, but they didn't really get much. The Byzantines did, of course. The Ming did. Yusugai, Hosokawa. Did Korea? No, Korea didn't. Tamil did as well. A few years ago, a writer from one of our provinces published a work of fiction, and in readings and performances, it has truly resonated with the audience. Now it is becoming apparent that the work is not only popular at home, but abroad as well. Nice. Lots of prestige. We do not have a, coalition. Lithuania isn't a coalition. If France and Britain join, we could actually probably take them down. But it looks like they're not going to. No, those are allies. Never mind. I'm dumb. Ignore me. There's no one in the coalition but us. Manipulation. Smaller nations. Let's go. We'll look at the Americas explicitly and see if we see any small ones. I take it so much. Norway. Norway is up in Canada. Might be worth us trying to contend in Canada, honestly. It's one of the few places where there's not a lot of competition at the moment. I don't see a lot of other minor countries with colonies at present. I don't think many small ones took it, from the looks of things here. Cardinal distrusts heathens. We will not limit their rights. We are very tolerant, so we're going to lose a cardinal. We're slowly getting pushed out of the Catholic Church. Or I guess quickly rather than slowly. I don't know why they have the black color. It's very odd. I think it's just random. One of them that founded it has that color, so the rest have taken it because they all became the Federation. France's Florida is massive. We will explore the South Indian Ocean. When we go to galleons, I'm going to do the circumnavigation of the world. We should be able to do it then. I think you need galleons to do that typically, right? Hosokawa own the Galapagos? Do they own, where is this? Easter Islands? Or the Easter Islands not in this? They are, because you can get the, thing from it, can't you? Yeah, there we go. No, the Yusugai got the Easter Islands. Oh, fuck. Alright, the Hosokawa have officially established a colony on the western coast of Arcadia. That means we have no choice but to come into full-on contention with them. As we make our way around the coast. They also have one there. They took it from the Cusco. Japanese Chile. Japanese Peru. Still need to make a shot for this. Yusugai is at war with who? With the Haida. Well, you can't see them, so I think they must be probably somewhere up here in the north. The sweating sickness spreads through Sassari. What are we gonna do? He's not the type to stick around. We'll make a run for it. I think the Yusugai just lost a war to the Federation. Because they just lost some land. Yeah, they did. Wow. The governor of California is a 666. Scandal has erupted in the royal court. A recent visitor to the court has publicly accused King Simeon of all manner of outrages, all which he denies. We'll bribe someone. We can't take another stability hit here. Who's the shogun? I think Yusugoi. No. Shoguness Aya Neshimoto of Hosokawa. And this lady Aya Yusugoi. She's at 655. My gosh. Bubbling buffoon, careful lawgiver. Colonial troops should be able to take care of that. Well, how is Byzantine debt looking? They've paid off a lot of it. They're down to 1960. If they pay off a bit more, they're actually going to join our wars. And then we can do some colonial wars together. Hosokawa should eventually integrate Yusugai. Wow, okay. I guess they will win in the end then. Yeah, with the mechanics, right? Profiting in Cagliari. Citizens of Cagliari have grown tired of local influence of greedy Castalla's merchants, and they claim they're using unfair advantages. But we'll protect our trade. Fuck Castalla. Hopefully they won't start a war over that. There is a chance of it. Take our last trade idea. Merchants and then burger loyalty equilibrium. The burgers absolutely love us now. We get 20% efficiency and 10 reduction development costs from that, which is kind of crazy. Do we have any more policies? Yeah, ship trade power increase. It's not free, though. I don't really want to give away the Diplo point. Maybe later. We just don't have the money to maintain a mega trade fleet at the moment. I suppose we could. It might be worth it. We're at our naval force limit, though. Which isn't... You can go way past it, to be fair, but... Let's do this instead. And then we'll build up our trade fleet. Oh my god, what is going on in Europe? Castalla is currently at war with France, Lombardy. Is that it? France and Lombardy. And they are fighting Lotharingia and Castalla. France is going to get partitioned by Lotharingia and Castalla, like they needed more power. Yeah, Castalla's conquest of Riurne Or Yuri? I don't know how to say it. And yeah, France can't compete with them. You know, the French could have an ally who would actually be able to support them right now if they hadn't fucking betrayed us, but no. No. They had to fucking throw us under the bus. So this time, we're gonna fucking watch. And just be happy it's not us. Could have been friends, but no. Burghers of Bejaia are an increasingly important trading city. I've approached the king today asking to be granted privileges to be able to make the region thrive without the hindrance of normal taxes. Absolutely. Which line do they have right now? 21%. We have more. We have plenty. We'll accept it. Even more loyalty. Summon a Diet. Looks at the papal one. Build a manufactory in Kef. We still do have loans. I forgot about that. I think of any way we can actually increase our... Oh, he wasn't trading, was he? We'll do a regular general. Arne Fascinetti di Nusse. Any ways for us to increase our income? I mean, honestly, building up our trade, our ship limit and then spamming trading ships to actually get some measure of control in Genoa would probably be the best idea. All right, we have mapped the Southern Indian Ocean. We will western. San Antonio is independent. Let's see if we have the range now. It's just outside of our range. Oh my god. We're gonna found a colony right next to the Hosokawa settlement, which will put us formally in contention with them. If we build up our navy, I think we can beat them in a naval battle. Because you gotta remember, the Sardinian navy is very much better than most of its competitors in quality, not in size, but in quality. We'll found a colony there, and I think we may end up actually going to war with the Hosokawa and pushing them out of Arcadia colonially. It'll be risky, but we're in the best position we've been in for quite some time. Knock on wood. With Castalla distracted in France. Yeah, they are like the Ottomans, just terrifying. Merchants report that they're facing stiff resistance and trying to peddle their wares. Give them a little bit of help. We need to bring a lot of soldiers here, though. How many ships do they have? They only have 6 heavy ships. That's huge. We can beat them. I say we go for it. This is the strongest we've been in a while. We're not going to get another chance like this, I don't think, for a while. And if we don't secure Western Arcadia, we're gonna be relegated to a minor power. There's no other way to put it, at best. Assuming we survive. This is our one shot. I say we just fucking go for it. Alright, so RP-wise, what has happened? Here we have government reform, one moment. We have an economic reform. Ooh, hold up. We'll put a pin in that for a minute. We can empower the burghers even more. Curtail the burghers. Mercantilistic approach. Free trade implies equal relations with imports and exports. We could go with embracing free trade completely. Merchants from all over the world should be able to travel into our lands to engage with our population in trade and commerce. Economic theory. War economy. Exploration of the New World. Give us a whole new colonist. Wow. Empowered enlarge royal estates. We wouldn't do that. Efficient taxation. Tariffs and trading rights. There's nothing in the world more lucrative than trade, and we intend to capitalize on it. Strengthen the industrial sector. Empowered royal trading company. So this would be like the crown taking direct control of trade. Well, these are all interesting. I'll do a poll for which one we're going to do, but I'm trying to think which ones I want to put in there. Free trade for sure. I think that would fit pretty... No, we're very mercantilistic though, aren't we? So we'd go mercantilistic. We wouldn't do free trade. I think, what's the other one? Exploration of the New World. We're really focusing our economy around our colonies and developing them, so that makes a lot of sense. Tariffs and trading rights. Empowered Royal Trading Company. And then, honestly, our production makes up the majority of our income at this point. So I'm actually going to put industrial sector on there. Industrial strengthening. That'll be pull up for that, so you guys get to choose. Anyway, back to what we were doing. RP-wise, our current leader, Chancellor Simeon, has been in power for a long time. I think he's been in power for a good 20 years now. He's overseen and done the best he can to strengthen our colonial holdings in Arcadia. It's been, for the most part, unsuccessful. I mean, we have expanded colonies there, but they're very minor, especially compared to our rivals like France and Castalla. Seeing and knowing now well, we have maps, charts, and the technology of the East is almost more advanced than our own, if not more advanced in certain areas. We have like publications and papers and all manner of documents on the East knowing about the region in some ways. And we know about the strength of the Hosokawa. We also know that they lack the navy that we do. Our navy in Europe is weak because of the naval arms race that arguably we kind of created in the early days of EU4, where we built up a great navy and the others had to, and so forth. We've been completely outpaced in Europe. We can't compete there anymore. But compared to the East, besides the Ming, of course, we can. Knowing this, and knowing the delicate situation, and also knowing that our country doesn't always have a history of good rulers, Chancellor Simeon is going to prepare a war against the Hosokawa to offset their influence in the Cusco region, as well as Arcadia as a whole. The goal of this will be not only to push them out of Western Arcadia, it will also be to take some of their islands, if we can, in the Pacific, which would give us a very advantageous position that none of the Europeans actually have right now. And potentially, even if we want to play a long war here, we could try and get a port in Asia. I don't think any other European power is really in Asia right now, are they? Now, don't get me wrong, this will be tough. We have to compete with a very strong, powerful Ming. There's many powerful countries in Asia, but it is a market completely uncontended for the moment by Europe. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. As soon as we get the colony there, we should be able to get a claim. I think I'm going to try and declare on them directly. Yeah, I will. We're going to directly get over the Hosokawa. And hopefully they'll call in Cusco. If they don't, we're going to fight them navally and then just try and take their western holdings and their islands. This will be rough. On that front, we're going to move one of our entire armies into the New World. 24,000 men. Let's unmothball our fleet. They're still marrying women from Vladimir, of course. Let's go ahead and build a few more Karaks. We'll go up to... No, we can't. We don't have the money for it. That's fine. Do we? No, we do. We'll go up to 20 Karaks. The New World law is exploitation of the New World, not exploration. Thank you, Truckanira. You're completely right. Yeah, we have a colonial war. We can just actually declare directly a colonial war on them. We don't even need a casus belli. We could take California if we can find it. We need more cogs too. 7, 8. That'll allow us to move 20,000 men around at the same time. Why is there a random Byzantine province in the middle of Brazil that's connected from the rest? Because it took it in the peace deal somehow, but it shouldn't be able to. No idea. Let's go and explore the Northeast Pacific. If we can find Hosokawa's territories there, we can demand them in the peace deal if we do well enough here. California, I didn't even think about us trying to get that, but it might be doable if we push out Asia. Well, we can get another one of these. Let's take a look. Trade ships would make a lot of sense at present. It's a 1-1-1 tie. We're gonna go industrial strengthening. I think it's an interesting concept that we industrialize a little early, just fairly come competition. Clearly, in this reality, it's a case of economies and industry developing much quicker than our own timeline. I think that's pretty obvious at this point. We'll go with accepting new ideas, considering we have a patron of the arts chancellor. It's a new thing in the new patch. AI take provinces they can't core. Gotcha. Lysandro III has died at the age of 48. He is succeeded by his 15-year-old eldest son, Lysandro IV. Gotcha. Do you have the stats on Lysandro IV, by the way? How's the Reformation looking? Protestantism is completely dominant in Scandinavia. Sweden is the main Protestant country. Hungary and then Romania, Romania have also gone Protestant. That's about it. The Anglicans have separated as well. Protestantism didn't get as strong as it did in real life in this timeline. Very much a bastion still in Scandinavia and Hungary, but that's about it. Oh, no worries. I can roll them if we put them back in power. All right, so we'll go industrial then. Strengthening the industrial sector. With the state subsidies and employing the right people, we can efficiently industrialize our state to unheard of levels. It'll give us an increased good output and reduce our tax income. But our economy is already based on production anyway, so that's fine. Byzantium have got us in a war with Cyprus and Georgia. Sure. How is your money looking, Byzantium? Out of curiosity. They've almost paid it off. Praise be. What's up, Denise? It has been a while. I was on vacation, and then my hard drive fucking died, which was not fun. Hope you are well, man. Look how quick they're moving here. They have 3 colonists. Exploration and expansion. They also get a bunch of galley combat ability. I didn't know that. Lotharingia got bigger. France lost the war quite badly to Castalla and Lotharingia. Lotharingia is an ally of ours, so that's technically a good thing. But in reality, Castalla is just getting even stronger, which they really don't need. We'll wait until those transport ships are done, and then we're going to start this war. I'm studying, but there is just 1 month left. Nice, man. You almost got your holidays? Let's build up a bunch. No, we don't have the money. We'll wait until after the war. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Do Northeast Pacific. Wow, Hosokawa, California is huge. We can see their capital, which is San Francisco. I definitely want us to try and scout that too before the war, so we can maybe make them transfer it to us. I think we can do that in peace deals. Religious clashes. We'll demand they put an end to it. Military manual written in the vernacular. One of our officers has, with the help of several scribes, compiled a manual of collected knowledge about warfare found in our army. The tome covers fighting styles, tactics, and histories of significant battles, and unlike previous books of its kind, this one has been written in a language rather than in Latin. Bad. The Tenale as well. And I want us to try and get a good one. I'd really like us to get discipline or morale for this war. And I'll take... Galley won't decide that war. We'll hold off on that. Catholic Byzantines? Are they? I thought they were Orthodox. No, they are Catholic, you're right. No, they're Orthodox. They are very much Orthodox. When are we killing the Pope? When we can fight a war with anyone bordering Castalla without having them go to war with us. That's what we need to happen. We're still warned for another 4 years. And we can absolutely not fight them in any way, shape, or form. We're about ready. We brought our forces across, bring them down south so they can make the crossing when needed. Hosokawa has so much artillery. Yeah, we can't beat them on land. If they get forces across effectively, we're fucked. What's up, Dolphin? This is the first time we've been succeeding monarch have the same name as their predecessor. Nice. Yeah, the Byzantines are back. God damn it. We'll take siege. Yorundur Kasadi. What an admiral. We get another admiral, or are we at our cap? We are not. Ihara de la Talia. Right. Oh. This is gonna be rough. Let's fucking do it. All right, with this, we will declare war on the Hosokawa. It will probably take like 8 months for them to even know. Well, I mean, they'll know, I guess, when our troops get to their territories in the colonies. But, I don't think we do them the service of letting them know. See if we can knock out their fleet on the west coast here. We do have a port. Oh, yep, there's their fleet. Fuck, I wish I had it over there to start off with. If we can knock that out, it's huge. We defeated a small contingent of the California Navy with our explorers, actually. Explorers. With new developments in the art of glassmaking and metalwork comes the ability to create more refined scientific instruments. Lenses that magnify the very distance and the very small are invaluable to our astronomers and natural philosophers. Lovely. Fuck, they're running. If we hit anything with this, we'll kill it. A lot of men are gonna die crossing. Crossing the Argentinian fucking plateau with almost no proper supplies. A great palace. We can afford it, so yes. We're trying to continue to legitimize the monarchy again. Castalla's death stack of 58 heavies there. Swear to God, if they declare war and wipe our navy. Yep, good to see you too, Dolphin. Hope all is well. So we're in a weird state. The status and the monarchists both have a lot of control. The monarchy is still very much in effect, but it's more like, I guess, an early constitutional monarchy, if you had to put it down to like one thing. Both factions essentially have enormous power in government. They would like to find their navy here. I don't like that we can't see it. There it is. Hold up. Let's try and chase them down. We have, oh, we might be able to get them here. Come on. We're gonna catch them. Big. That's their whole transport fleet. If we knock that out, they can't get any troops to us. Fucking huge. Their whole Arcadian navy are gone. Hosokawa has no way to get troops to us now. That's massive. They can't do anything. Oh, that is big. That is monstrously big. We'll be able to get to California now, too. They can't stop us. Wow. Yeah, we're going to go to California, and then we're going to start island hopping. What's their navy at? They still do have 27 transports and 7 heavies somewhere. March right in there and knock their fleet out of port, too. Here we go. That'll leave them with 16 transport ships if we do this. Let's bring our transport fleet over. Then from here, we're going to jump onto their islands. And then I'm going to send the other half of our forces. No, we'll take California and then I'll start island jumping. Let's do this carefully. I need to rush it. Tear their Castores and their troops as well. Oh, this is looking good. Just keep exploring in the meantime, I think. Southwest Pacific, why not? Where is Ikora? Wiped almost the remainder of their fleet. They only got away with 3 transports. Ikora, where is that? Oh, wow. Okay, we declared for the Mexican region, so we have to get troops up there quick. Prepare our fleet for a moment. I think they colonized more. Sure. We can seize that. I think there's a way to do that, right? Yeah, seize colony. Okay. I don't know how many troops we're going to have up here. So... put off 8. Make sure they haven't dropped troops off in the mainland. We have a force of 25,000. They don't have the transports. We don't think we have any issues to worry about. But I've said that before. In 5 minutes, you have D&D. I hope you have a good time. No worries, man. Appreciate you keeping track of it. What's up, Jarhead? You should say friends are watching D&D right now. Be back afterwards. Got our forces. Let's go. These are fairly shallow waters. We don't have any ports here, so we'll have to take whatever we can. Also, we do have to end after this war, because I have to go to a short modding meeting after this before we do the Game of Thrones game. So I'll fight the end of this war, and then I'll go to that. We're pushing off the clergy. It's a good idea. Great project there. Salvador de Bahia. That's cool. It's a giant church. We're going to hold on to our money for now, though, I think. I was worried about that. They do have a pretty sizable force here. And their army quality is much higher than ours. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. That's not good. We have to hope they can't get to the Usugai lands, because if they can, we're fucked. If they're stuck here, we're in good shape. The Chancellor himself is leading forces. Not intentional, but we'll roll with it. We need a port, though. Oh boy, we need a port. Oh, this is getting so high risk. Come on. Come on. Yeah, they're a lot better than us. We have a port. They have line down here? No, they don't. Give it a sub, Nino. Or thank you for the prime. Appreciate that. Hope you are doing well. We're having a good Saturday. Like the Hosokawa, who are currently about to lose all of their New World territories to us. Is this the comeback moment? Is this the fucking comeback moment for Sardinia? We need it. If their troops are actually stuck there, wow. Are we looking? Did they bring anything south? They did, but we've got it handled. Yeah, we do. No, they didn't bring anything, actually. We really did fuck them there, didn't we? Only the Conquistador. Fuck it, let's just send them north from here. We've been here for years. It's gotten better, but this simply making do is different than what this is. This will be massive if we walk out of this with what we might. Hold up. We'll want them to just march right the fuck in. Yeah, the Yusugai are not giving them. Fuck, they gave them access. All right. We gotta go, and we gotta go now. How many soldiers do they have? Is there a way to make a notification pop up if we spot their like their fleets anywhere? I can't keep track of it, and if they come anywhere near their fleets, we have to see it. Look, Martino. Everything going as planned-ish. For the moment. We'll see. They're coming with their army. They got all that already. We gotta get ready to jet here if we need to. We'll knock them out of port in San Francisco. Holding what we need to on them. I chose the wrong Casus Belli to get the ticking war score on, unfortunately. San Francisco historically was super defensive. It's why it became such a big city. This is such a good place to like put a battery on. Like in San Francisco proper, historically, a giant gun battery was put up right here so they could fire on anyone coming in. Or out here. It's very, very, very... Oh, God. Are we going to have to send the rest of our troops? We might get stack wiped here. I don't think we have time to make it out. Let's try and escape with what we have. He's too strong. Jesus Christ. Enemy fleets mission, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Did we get out with anything here? I don't think we do. We can't ask for peace because we don't have the territory we need either. You have to island hop, I guess. That's the only way we can get war score. We also realistically need to bring over our main navy. Also, I will have to stop here. I think there's that thing going on right now. Yes, there is. So, I will stop here for the day. We will continue this war next week, same time. Grand campaigns on Saturday mornings now. I will be back in a little less than an hour for the continuation of House Aaron. I know it's been a while, but that game is still going on, and we can play Andred, the Dwarven son of John Aaron, who is currently technically still in charge of the Vale. Might not last, though. So we will end here for today and continue next week. This could be a point where we come back, but if you look down here, it's just, everything's going so quick. This will be rough, but we do have a path forward at least, which is something we couldn't say last week, so... Alright guys, I'll be back in an hour. I hope everyone enjoyed this portion of the Grand Campaign. We hopefully will start to move a little bit quicker though. I'm going to start going more on speed 4. I do like this, but I also want to get to Vic 3, so I will speed things up probably a little bit. So I will see you guys in a little bit. If not, I will see you next week. Also for the schedule, Saturday mornings Grand Campaign, Saturday afternoons multiplayer Game of Thrones, Sunday mornings Football Manager, Sunday afternoons Vic 3 Roleplay, and then Wednesdays I will start to do single player games, which right now is the House Dane campaign. I may do some tonight as well, but it'll be normally on Wednesdays, so just heads up. I'll catch you all later.